I'm live. What's wrong with my hair? I don't know what's happened to it. I had a haircut. I don't know what's happened. It's gone worse than what it ever was. Never mind. Welcome, Michael. I know it's you because you taught me so. Ah, yes, goat is nice if it's cooked properly. There was a restaurant in the UK, and it was an African Caribbean restaurant, and they did a goat curry, curry goat. Oh man, it was nice. It was nice. And the restaurant was called Mama Put's Kitchen. It was absolutely great. It was lovely. Well, I'm live. First time for a long time. What do I do with it? What's that? Oh, yeah. What's this? What's that? Share screen. Share screen. Share. I don't know how to share. So yes, um, I'm here. I'm live. I'm live on YouTube, live streaming. Topic, I don't know. I've got a thing in here, questions and answers, which I typed. Feel free to ask anything. The weather's been it's been atrocious. Absolutely. It's been absolutely terrible. We've had 5 typhoons in about 10 days. 5 typhoons. No electric, on and off, on, off, on, off. Like Michael said earlier, it's part and parcel of living in a cheap place, with the infrastructure not being so good. But it's okay, I can put up with it. I've got a small generator, uh, which I use from time to time, but it gobbles up the gasoline. It really takes up a lot of gasoline, so I only use it for emergencies only. But it does the trick. I think anyone who comes out to these provinces, I think either get solar power, or in fact, solar power is the only way to go here, because the generators take up too much electricity. They take up so much electricity here, so much gasoline, not so much electricity. They take up a lot of gasoline. Mine takes up 1 litre an hour, 1 litre per hour. So in the future, um, when financial capability is in better standing, I am definitely going to go for solar. I'm definitely going to have some solar panels fitted on the roof. Because generally speaking here, because the coconut trees have been cleared to a degree. So the sun here, and I've got the roof like this, like it's like that. So my roof is like this. This one overlaps. And the sun comes out on this one in the morning, and it comes round to this one in the afternoon. So I would have sunshine all day. And I believe you can get the it's lithium batteries, and they hold a lot more power, and they last a lot longer than the lead or the gel batteries. So solar power is the way to go, 100%. What's happening? That's all I'm thinking of. Solar generator. I've never seen a solar generator. I will look at. So would a solar generator, would that actually power a house? And how much would that cost for a solar generator? Because it's something that I think anybody who is in these places, they definitely need some kind of battery. Yes, it powers a house, right? Great. I would have to have a look into that. Because these last 10 days, the electric here has been, I'd say, off half the time. Oh my God, 2,000 US dollars or less. So what's that? 100,000 peso, more or less 100,000. How much? Someone, there's a, I'm saying a friend of mine, there's a guy that I know, and he lives not far from here in a place called Padungan, which is around about 25-minute drive, and he's got solar power fitted, and it cost him, and he's got a big house. but he hasn't got a lot of outlets in the house, which I can't understand why he has such a big solar, um, solar installation done. And I think it cost him about 250,000 pesos. But when he was talking about it, I have seen it. Well, he was saying that when it's sunny, it powers his whole house constantly. And he's had this now for a couple of years, and he never switches over to Zanico. He's always on the solar power because these lithium batteries, on the days like it's been with no sunshine, it actually stores the power. So I think that's the way to go. I seriously think that's the way to go. Can you hear me okay, guys? I mean, I've got like an electric fan blowing. I mean, like, is that blowing to the microphone? Hold on. I mean, how's that? Nice thing you can take it with you. Yes, that's right. That's the beauty of a generator. Yeah, a solar generator. Yeah, yeah. I think I saw something about that when I was looking before. I saw something about these solar generators. I think that's a very, very, very good option. And I think anyone that's living out in these provinces, you do need them. You do need solar or you need some kind of generator. I don't have air conditioning, so I mean, it wouldn't have to run half hour. But this neighbour's got, I think it's half horsepower, so I wouldn't need the generator to actually do that. I saw an American build a house using a portable generator. Yeah, they are brilliant things. They truly are. This little generator I bought, and it's a gasoline generator, and I bought it about 2 years ago, and it only cost 12,000 pesos. I think it was 12,000 pesos, and it's only a small generator. I think it's 2.5 kVh, but it runs all of this house. The only thing it doesn't run is the electric shower. Yeah, nice. It's solar one, yeah. It's Henry. Hello, Henry. I haven't seen you for a while. Henry from Korea. Henry from South Korea. Henry, I was talking to my friend Michael, and he was saying Costco. And they, back in the UK, they don't have Costco, but they have Costco in South Korea. When I was there, I was in there 3 times a week in the restaurant having bulgogi. I was having pizzas and the famous ice cream. Yeah, I know you've been. Oh yes, oh yeah, because we had a class last night, Henry. And was it last night? I can't remember. And I noticed that you didn't turn up, but I thought maybe you was traveling somewhere because it's been Chuseok, I think, is the holiday in Korea. Yeah, in Korea, Costco is crowded all the time. Yes, because it's a good place. It's a good place. Well, I think, especially on national holiday. Yeah, yeah. But I went into Costco 3 times a week, and the good thing about Costco is, or in Korea anyhow, you can walk around Costco and there's always free offerings, and these free offerings are it could be anything. So by the time you walk all the way around Costco, and they're big in Korea, I suppose they're just as big in the States, you're full up. You get a free dinner just by walking around. But I felt a bit ashamed, so I just had certain few little bits and pieces, and then I used to go into the restaurant because I adored the ice cream. I'm an ice cream monster. I'm an ice cream monster. Anyway, building a smoker in the back garden. That's going to be a project when this rainy season is finished. I'm going to, because I've got some hollow blocks. I've got quite a lot of things that I've already got here anyway. So I'm really fancying on building a smoker and a stone pizza oven. There's plenty of stone here. There's plenty of big stones here. And also there's a Costco like store. E-Mart Traders is basically, I don't think I ever went in E-Mart Traders. I don't think I ever went there. But I'm going to make a smoker. I'm going to make a smoker so I can smoke the fish, smoke the pork, make some bacon, what Michael suggested, and also a pizza oven, a stone pizza oven. That's going to be my projects, I think, because there's plenty of rocks around here. I want to just, and they're on the side of the road. So I'm definitely going to build that. Right, typhoons. Has there been any typhoons in South Korea, Henry? Did you get the typhoons that we got, or did they come from? I don't even know the directions of these typhoons. There's been so many. Good. No, good. You didn't get any. That's good. We've had five typhoons in about 10 days, and it's done a lot of damage. In the city, because the city, Dipolog City, is a coastal city, it's wreaked some damage down there, really has. And it just, what was that? Is that a mosquito? And it actually, the heat killed the storm. The heat killed the storm, right? Yeah. Well, here in the city, um, how far is the city from here, Michael? Would you say 15 kilometers or something? It takes me about 25 minutes on my motorcycle to ride into the city, but it was just smashed up because you've got the ocean here and the city is here, and I think it's basically about 4 feet above sea level. Yeah, it's about 4 feet above sea level. So, and the water went right up into the town. It went right up into the town. And some of the people who live by the river, because in Dipolog there is a lot of tidal rivers, and up the tidal river at the side at high tide, some of these little houses. Hey, what's Willie? Afternoon from the UK. Good evening from the Philippines. It is 8:12 p.m. here in the Philippines. And I finished work at, I think, 6:30 and 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Had some chips, frozen chips, of course, a couple of eggs. And I thought I'd do a live stream because I haven't done one for a while. I thought I'd do one. I forgot what I was talking about now. Sunny in the UK. Well, it's been terrible here. It's been, we've had typhoon after typhoon. I don't mind them because I'm saying I don't mind them. The only thing I do mind is the brownouts, the blackouts, especially when I'm trying to work on the internet, or when I'm trying to go to sleep at the night time and the electric goes off, no electric fan, lying down sweating. Thing about midnight typhoon comes off of the equator. The storms are mild from just start. Yes, that's right. It's true. You are so right there, Michael. When the storms get to Dipolog, they are less strong. But what it is the ocean. So the typhoon could be big in Cebu or Surigao, Dumaguete. So it pushes the current here, and that's what's caused a lot of the damage. It's the ocean that's caused a lot of the damage, and because of these, they are getting back surge. Yes, they are. They are getting back surge. And these poor, these families, these poor families who live right by the river. I was round there on Saturday, this Saturday gone, and I was, I didn't video it because I didn't want to video someone's misfortune, and I didn't know if they would have liked that anyway, so I didn't video it, but I helped them a bit, But all of the help, or is that raining now? No, not raining. But all of the help and all of the bailing out of water that we all did was in vain, because that night it just did it again and washed everything out again. But as far as strong rain and wind, much less damage. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it was very true, Michael. We don't really, we get the winds here, but not severe, like where you said there, Michael. You know, there was a coconut tree going down the top of the road here, and the PLDT wires is holding the coconut tree up. The tree's like this, and the wires are coming across like this, and it's just resting on the wires. I've informed PLDT, but that was 2 weeks ago. Nothing's been done. They won't come and fix it till the wires have totally gone, and then I'll have no internet for some time until they fix it. So it's sunny in the UK. Wow, where we at now? We are in the 19th of September. Yeah, September can be quite nice in the UK. Even October can be quite nice, like mild. I remember when I was there, it was a while ago now when I was there, but we used to have some mild, sometimes even up until Christmas, very mild weather sometimes. Because I remember as a child, a long time ago, but I remember as a child up in Newcastle, you could bet your life December, November, December, January, February, there would be snow. Probably 4 times out of 5 years. And then it got less and less and less. Global warming, do you think? I don't know. Climate change, which is very, it's a very controversial subject. Many people believe it, and many people don't. But I've definitely seen a change in the weather. But is it a cycle? I truly don't know. But there's definitely been a change in the weather, 100%. And even back in the UK, up in, 10 years ago, the summer started getting really hot. And, Mr. Watch Wally would know this as well. They got hotter and hotter and hotter during the summertime. I remember one time I was driving back in my car and I was coming back from London, going into Hastings, and I was stuck on the M25. Horrible, horrible motorway that. Stuck on the M25, and on the dashboard, the temperature read 38. 38 in the UK. I couldn't believe it. He never used to get that. Never used to get that. But yeah, as far as strong, yeah. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions whatsoever? Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling on. Oh, I've got to tell you this, guys. Got to tell you this. I found out from immigration in Manila. I found out this splendid meaning message. I found out from immigration yesterday, I think, that I will read the email out to you guys. This is email from immigration. Right, okay. Right, let me see. It says on here, I've got a notification to myself that I'm going live. Well, I know I'm going live because I'm already live. But anyway, where's that? All right. So this was the email I got from immigration. Okay. Good day, Mr. Ilwin Smith. Ilwin Smith, my name is Stephen Ilwin, then Mr. Smith. But who's splitting hairs? I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to inform you that the order has arrived in the Bureau of Immigration already, and we have successfully submitted your passport to the Bureau of Immigration for implementation. Okay. The estimated date of the releasing of your passport is October the 13th. Now, I thought in the Philippines they don't like the 13th, but that's when my passport is being released. The Bureau of Immigration timeline for the releasing of documents, passport implementation, 4 weeks. The I-card, 1 to 2 months. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that I am now officially 100% permanent resident of the Philippines. I've been accepted. It's been approved. And I know when we went for the the interview in Manila, although the immigration officer said yes, it's approved. Well, that's only the interview. That's only the interview's been approved. So he endorses it. Basically, he endorses it. And at the end of the day, it's up to the office in Manila. It's up to the office in Manila, and it goes through four departments. I found all this out. It goes through four departments. Okay, so first off, you take your paperwork in. Well, I was sent to Cebu, so my paperwork went into Cebu, and then it gets sent to Manila. So Cebu first endorse it. They look at it and say, right, yes, yes, that's we can send that to the main office in Manila. Then we had to go there. Then we went. We had the interview. We, in my opinion, I think we barely scraped through the interview. But anyway, it was approved. Then it goes through a process, a chain, and in this chain, it goes through four departments. Now, four departments, they have to stamp it. The first one has to stamp it, yes, that's acceptable, goes to the second. So it's not just one place. So it goes through many, many departments until it goes, or before it goes to the commissioner's office. And he is the final person who makes the decision. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I'm accepted. I am now a legal resident of the Philippines, which has got lots of perks. I can do everything a Filipino. I can do everything but two things. One is I can't vote. I don't want to vote. I don't even vote in my country. And the second is I still can't own land. So the only way you can own land in the Philippines for yourself is if you become a citizen or you are a citizen. That's the only way. And the only way to vote as well. But I don't want to vote in the Philippines. It's all vote buying and it's a very dangerous time. The the, the Philippines is a very, very dangerous place to be leading up to the elections. And the elections are next year. Um, I don't know if you know anything about this, Michael, what your wife might have said to you, but there are many shootings that happen around election time. And it's normally to do with politicians. They pay someone to shoot that politician. It's a very, very it's a very corrupt country in that way. But if you are not involved in politics, then you're safe. But it's a very, very dangerous place to be during the political elections in the Philippines. Very dangerous place. Um, so yeah, it's somewhere that I don't go out at night time during these times, and I don't go out for two reasons. One, my wife doesn't like it. She says, "No, Stephen, stay home. Don't go out." And the second reason is the barangay captain here, when I used to be quite young with them, he's at the barangay captain. Now he lost the election. But when he was the barangay captain, he said to me, Steve, don't go out. Ah, well then, yeah, your sister-in-law is council of the local government. Ah, well then she knows all about it. Your sister knows all about this and Michael. Yeah, it's a very corrupt time during this the elections time, which is next year. So yeah, I don't go out during these times. Very dangerous place to be. Very dangerous place. But I mean, if you're not involved in politics, then you've got that. There is no reason to be frightened, I suppose. But yeah, right. So semi-retiring in the Philippines, which is what? Because I'm not fully retired. I'm only well, I'm retired from my own country, but I'm not fully retired where I get a pension. I go to 67. Lot of borrowed money. Yes, that's right. I know that, Michael. They they have to pay their way into that position. I know it's really true. They pay for the vote buying. You vote for me, I'll give you money. I'll give you money. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's very true. I know that. And they borrow money so they can pay the people for them to vote for them. Yeah. Again, that's what I mean. It's corruption at the top and it comes right down to the bottom. What do I want to say? I can't remember. I don't want to have a drink. I want to drink coffee. That's what I'm going to do. I save the tea bags, Michael, for special occasions, like in the mornings. I went a bit crazy when you sent them. I was drinking like 5 cups a day, and I was thinking, no, hold on, Stephen, don't be stupid. You know, eke them out, eke them out. And then I went down to 3 cups of tea a day, and now I'm down to 1 because it's technically tea. It's technically tea. It's a damn good tea. So um, I don't drink it all the time. I only drink it in the mornings, and I might push the boat out and have another one in the afternoon. They spend over half of their income together. Yeah, I know. I know. True. Very true. I know how it works here. I know how it works. But having a sister-in-law who's a counsellor can work for you. Yes. Well, I like that cup of tea in the mornings. Many people like a coffee in the mornings, but I like a cup of tea in the mornings. I like a cup of tea. How do I get rid of this thing here? What is it? End questions and answers. I'm going to end that because no one's right. That's better. Yeah. Right. So, what I was going to say. Oh, being retired. Michael, have you seen Mike's Philippine journey? He's at war again now with John. You know, like a British expat in the Philippines. They are now at war again with each other because John's upsetting. John's been having a confrontation about Americans and he's directed it at Mike. So now they are at war again. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't like the drama myself, but I like to watch these have a drama. And also, Duda is no, I can't say too much on here because I don't know who's on here. You know, one of them could be on this. Mind you, I doubt it because there's only 2 in now. So, but yeah, I've got to be careful what I say on it because I don't know who is in here. Okay, so I'll forget about that one. I've still got 2 boxes left, Michael. I've still got 2 full boxes left. I've got 2 full boxes, and I've got the jar on the top, which is that's probably full as well. So there's probably 2.5 full boxes that I still have. There's probably 2.5 full boxes that I still have. Yeah. So being semi-retired in the Philippines, being semi-retired, the old Borderline Mike from Angeles City. The old Borderline Mike from Angeles City. No, it's not that one. It's Mike's spelled like this. Mike's. I think it's spelled like that. Mike's Philippine Journey or something. Yes, that one. Yeah. With British John. They are now again at war with each other. Because John's been making innuendos about the Americans and blah blah. I don't know why. I just don't know why. To me, I don't think it matters what nationality you are. I never met. I mean, there's just as bad people all around the world. If you're American, if you're British, if any kind of European. So I can't really see the point in these people arguing because of different nationalities. I just cannot make head and tail of it. I really can't. I just can't understand it. I don't get involved. I don't like I don't like drama. I didn't like drama in my own country. I certainly don't want it in a foreign country. Especially when foreigners here have got very little rights, especially if you're a tourist, especially if you're on a tourist visa. You've got very, very little rights here, really. But I'm not on a tourist visa no more, guys. I got my permanent residence accepted. So, yeah, I'm not on a tourist visa no more. I haven't been on a tourist visa for over a year and a half now, because you have to do the probationary resident visa, then you get the amendment to the permanent. So I haven't been on a tourist visa for a year and a half. And I overstayed as well. I overstayed for 2 years, 26 months. I overstayed here for 26 months during the time of COVID. Because that's the time I was meant to go back to Korea and work in the Taiwan. Henry, are you still here? Henry will know what the Padwans are, the private English academies. But yeah, I was supposed to go back and I couldn't get back. I was locked down in the Philippines. So, of course, the job I had in South Korea, I lost that. Which are the requirements applied? Ah, it's very easy. Is it Dennis? Dennis Antonio. Right, right. There are different kinds of permanent visa. The one I had, or the one I got, is the 13A spousal visa, which, well, I can't show you documents because my documents are in Manila getting implemented. But basically, if you're married to a Filipino, you're depending on if you're a boy or a girl, you marry a Filipina, you can apply. You can apply for the 13A. And the requirements, I think the best way to explain how government works in Netherlands is to fill and buy for the chicken I know. Then in tourist area impacted for it. Yes, true, Michael. Yeah. So yeah, you get married, then and incidentally, it's best off getting married in the Philippines. The reason for this is if you get married outside the country, then it's okay if you're in that country before you apply, because you can apply from anywhere. You can apply from any country in the world if you're married in that particular country. And then you can simply go to the consulate in the Philippine consulate in that country and apply. And it's better to apply in your home country. Yeah, there are, but the permanent residence visas, there is not that many. Apparently, there is the retirement visa, which is the PSA, the PRA, the Philippines Retirement Authority. That's the one, the retirement. And there are two different kinds of retirement visa, and there's 3 different prices as well. If you're in the military, you can get a big discount. You only have to pay $1,500, $1,500. But if you're not ex-military, that's right. Yeah, that's true. That's right. You can get a different visa. But for you, Michael, I would just go for the spousal visa because you've been married forever. You're like a similar age. There's not a massive age gap. You will be accepted straight away. No problem. The retirement is the SRRV. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're both correct. And with the SSRV or the SRRV, whatever it is, you don't have to go through the immigration. It doesn't go through immigration. It goes through the Philippines Retirement Authority. And the application is free because it all comes in with the price. I think there are several requirements. One of the requirements is, I think, you have to be getting a pension of the equivalent of I'll tell you, is it $1,000 a month? I think that's what it is. You have to have $1,000 a month pension. You pay a bit of money into the Philippines. That's right, yes. And you have a medical. Chest X-ray, simple medical by a certified doctor, and that's it. And it takes 3 weeks. Not like my visa. Mine so far, August, September. Mine's took 10 weeks already. I think 8 weeks. August, no, hold on. We went for the interview on the 2nd of August, September. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. But I've got to wait another month to get it back. So it's going to be about 3 months for mine to be implemented and sent back with all of the iCard and things like this. But the good thing is about this retirement visa, you aren't relying on nobody. Where me, I'm on the marriage visa, so it's only valid. My visa is only valid all the time we are married. But in the Philippines, there is no divorce. So let's just say we split up, or God forbid, like anything happened to my wife, she died, then I'll be downgraded. 50 years old now. That's right, yeah. Dennis, you are 100% right. Without a pension, I must be at least 50 years old. Yes, that's true. Yeah, it's right. And that 20K, that's what is invested into the Philippines. You can't touch that. That 20K is dead money until you want to cancel that pension, that visa. And then apparently you might be able to get it back. But it's the Philippines, you probably can't get it back. The Philippines. So yeah. But as far as I was, as far as I would be concerned, Michael, with you, I would just go for the spousal visa. What I've got is painless. It's painless, and because I got a son, if anything ever did happen to my wife, God forbid, it'll happen to me first because I'm older. But if anything did, because I got the son, I still have a permanent residence of the Philippines because I got a son here who was under the age of 18. So yeah, they are changing it a little bit. They are changing the visa. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys know, but the Commissioner of Immigration, what's his name? Norman Tansimco got fired last week. He got fired by the president of the Philippines for doing a bit of the underhand things. Apparently, amongst other things, there's a bit of dodgy stuff going on with the Chinese and the working visas. There's a lot of 9G, which is the working visa, here that he was writing off. Yes, accepted for the Chinese. He was getting backhanders. So he's been caught. He got sacked on the spot. So now we have a new immigration officer, or we will have. It's the deputy immigration officer who is standing in now as the commissioner until they sort things out. So yeah, which I was a little bit worried because I'm thinking, well, my visa was in Manila. My application is still there. I'm thinking, is this going to affect it? But anyway, it hasn't affected it, So yeah, permanent residency. I think because now there is this thing that's coming into effect in the Philippines, whereas if you're a long-term tourist here, meaning you've been here for a year or more, they are asking questions now when you go to extend your visa. Like, why are you here? For such a long time. Where do you live? What's the reason for you being here for a long time? So there is a lot of questions being asked now by immigration because apparently there's been a lot of foreigners here that's been doing illegal things. I don't exactly know what, but one of them is having illegal businesses here. So yeah, they are tightening up on the tourist visa, long stay tourist visa. So I would say to anybody, if you're going to come here with the intention of living here, go for the right visa. The tourist visa is, yes, if you're a tourist, it's fine. But if you want to live here permanently, go for the right visa. On the right visa is if you're married to a Filipino like Michael and myself, we can easily obtain the 13A spousal visa, which is a permanent residency. It never runs out. That's it. It's permanent. There is no expiry date. You stay here till you die. And the beauty of it is as well with this permanent residency is if you're here for 6 months on a tourist visa, before you leave the Philippines, you have to go for immigration clearance, where you have to apply for clearance to make sure you haven't been in any trouble in the Philippines. Otherwise, there is a forward departure, what they call a forward departure, and you can't leave till you've settled up the problem that you've created. What's that? 20, 2030. Yeah, yeah. 2030. Oh, well, that's only another 6 years, Dennis. That's only another 6 years. Yeah, it's not long really. That 6 years will go by pretty quick. But yeah, so being a permanent resident, and you can leave the country, you can come in whenever you want, and also you don't need an onward ticket. You don't need an onward ticket. Michael probably had a valid buy-in. Did you have a valid buy-in, Michael? You know, when you came into the Philippines, did you? Yeah, because you came in with your wife, didn't you? Did they stamp you a valid buy-in? Because the valid buy-in, that's visa free for a year, and you can renew that for another year. But I think they're changing that as well. I believe they're changing that as well. So yeah, yes, you got valid buy-in. I thought, yeah. Well, Michael, that's the thing to do. You know, when you do come here next year, get that valid buy-in stamp in your passport. Then it gives you a whole year to sort out the permanent residency. Very easy. It's very easy for people who are married to a Filipina, unless there is a big age gap. There is a big age gap. Because a big age gap, the chances of you getting past the interview is very slim. And I know that through experience because when we went for the interview, there was 5 on the list for the day, and we were number 4. The 3 that went in before us were denied. They were denied. I was only accepted, I think, because he looked at me and went, you know, the age difference. And I said, you know, what I said, you know, you can't help who you fall in love with, you know. And I think because we got children, we'd already done the probationary residency. I got property. My wife has a house here, and we got land, so he knew it was a real marriage. Yeah, but I would seriously go for the right visas here. First, get things settled first. She wants to work and say, well, my wife wants me to move to the Philippines first. Get things set up first. She wants to work and say, so will your wife stay? So will your wife stay in the States while you're here, Michael? You know, is that what you mean? You know, like she wants to carry on working in America while you're here, which makes sense. It makes sense because you can't have too much money. You can't have too much money. You can have too little, but you can never have too much. It's very true. What else was I going to talk about? There was something else I was going to talk about, and I can't remember what it was. It wasn't about visas. Being semi-retired. Being semi-retired. Now, I will be honest with you guys. I will be honest. When I came over here 6 years ago, I didn't have a plan. I will be honest. I didn't have a plan. I came over here. Yeah, good idea, Michael. That good idea. When I came over here 6 years ago, I didn't have a plan, honestly. So I was one of the idiots. I was one of the idiots, you know, who came over here with a lot of money. I did have a lot of money when I came, but I was working as well. I was working. And at that time, I wasn't working in Korea. I was working in Japan. Okay. Now, I lost a lot of money here within 6 months. I lost 3 million pesos. Ah, yeah. Good idea, Michael. Yeah, good idea. Well, I lost a lot of money um, through my own stupidity. Uh, so I went to Japan working. Then I finished that job and I went into South Korea working. Family honor. Yeah, I know. Yeah, family honor for sure. So then I went to South Korea working. I was there for 2 years, on and off. I kept coming back here. Kept coming back here. Still didn't have a plan. You're right. You are right. It was very risky. And do you know something that I was that close of giving up. I was that close of giving up, packing up my stuff and going back to England. But do you know what stopped me doing it? It was my pride. It was my pride. Because if I went back to England, and bear in mind, when I left England, many of my friends and many of my family said, stupid going there, you're stupid going there, you'll be back, you'll be back. And that's the only thing that stopped me going back was my pride. Because I knew what was going to happen if I went back. They would say, I told you so. And I didn't want that. So I stuck it out. And then 2019. Yes, me too. So 2019, early 2019, January it was, uh, I met my now wife. And even then, I was thinking, have I got the financial capability? Can I make this? Can I make it happen? And I did. I did. I think the main reason why I was thinking them thoughts is because I'd already been ripped off for 3 million in the first 6 months. And I came over here first, 2018, in the May to live. May 2018, bought a house with this other person. Didn't work out. I thought, she's terrible. Anyway, I lost 3 million through my own stupidity. I was very green. I was green behind the ears, like a lot of people are. And I didn't even research the Philippines online. I just came here twice before, just for a month's holiday, and I liked it. And of course, I came, fell in, booked around, and soon I lost all that money. Anyway, but I still had money, but not a lot. So then I went back to work, went to Japan, worked in Japan, didn't like it very much. So I transferred to South Korea, worked there, saved up some more money. Then I came here, met my wife, got locked into the place. Yes, I did learn by doing. Yeah, so I think I've got a bit of experience in which I can actually give advice out on some things, But again, when people say some Filipinos are scammers, look, yes, they are, but they are the same everywhere in the world. The idiots are not the scammers. The scammers are very clever. The idiots are us. I was a big fool. I was the idiot because I was sucked in, hook, line, and sinker. So, like you said, you learn by doing. Yeah. And, in all of these, is it a third world country? I don't like to call it a third world country, but I don't know how it is a second or third world country. I don't know. But let's just say any country where the infrastructure isn't so good and the salaries are not so good and it's quite difficult to get work with no education. And, let's be honest, many of the girls here are beautiful. And we get sucked into it. And some of them are very good at doing it. Some of the girls are very good at doing it. And so I think we can't blame the women. We've got to blame ourselves. We've got to blame ourselves. And that's what I did. I just put it down to experience, learned as I went along. I learned by doing. I learned by doing. And now we've got this house, got the land, I'm married, I've got a child, brilliant, everything is hunky dory. So by me hanging on, and I only hung on by a thread. I was that close of packing up and going on. I was that close. But it was only because of my pride. It wouldn't let me. My pride wouldn't let me feel beaten. Because if I had got on that plane and when I touched down in Gatwick Airport in London, all of my friends would have been laughing behind my back, and parts of my family. See, I knew you wouldn't make it. You stupid for going there in the first place. But that's why I didn't. And that's why I hung on. And yes, even now I work 5 days a week. I work now, I do online teaching, but I don't want to work back in the classroom again. I don't want to work in the classrooms again. I did that for 19 years. Don't want to do that longer. And yes, we earn enough, just enough. Um, there's a few things you let little head think. Yeah, I did. My little head cost me a lot of money. Cost me a lot of money, and my sanity. That that was the worst thing about being ripped off with the money. Was the anger that I felt, and at first I wasn't angry with myself because I was the last person I was blaming. I was blaming her, But then that subsided because there was an old-fashioned saying: is if you've got like a vendetta towards someone, or you've always got this animosity. It's like we're drinking the poison, hoping that they will die. You know, it's not the thing to do. The animosity and the hatred is the poison that we drink in, hoping that they will die, but we aren't. We're poisoning ourselves. Like it's us that's becoming more and more uptight about it. So you've got to, which is what I did. You got to let it go. And I totally did let it go. I thought, well, yeah, put that one down for experience, Stephen. Yes, it is. It's 90% of expats' problems. It is. That's true. I couldn't agree more with you. I couldn't agree more with you. But luckily, I'm in a happy marriage. I think I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. It's only took me 56 years to get like this. 56 years. And I was married in England before. I've been divorced now for 21 years I've been divorced. I've been divorced for 21 years. And there's two things I said I would never do again. And those two things was one, I would never get married again. And the second was I would never have any more children. Well, what happened? I got married and I had a child. So we don't know the future. Nobody knows the future. And I think I think that this is a great thing about life is we can say all these things and we can give advice about many, many things, but circumstances change. Even the advice we give people, circumstances change. So maybe we shouldn't give that advice. I can only give advice on my own experience, but not everyone was in my particular problem that I had when I first came here. But like Michael, and Dennis has rightfully said, 90% of expats' problems come because they can't keep the little head in the pants. They want to, and of course they fall in love with the first person that they meet here, and that's where the problems start and end. It truly is. So horses for courses, horses for courses. I think the Philippines is a beautiful place. I think the Philippines is a more beautiful place if you don't come here for the women. If you come here for the country and see the beauty of the place, get the women parking out of your mind, and just live in the Philippines for what it actually is. And it is a beautiful country. Yes, there's corruption at the highest level that trickles its way down, it funnels its way down, filters down to the barangay captains, the councillors, everything. But that doesn't affect us. It doesn't really affect us. I love the Philippines because of its liberalness. It's very liberal here. The Philippines reminds me of what it was in the UK 40 years ago, where you could ride a motorcycle through the woods and nobody would complain. Nobody would complain back in them days. You could get on your motorcycle, you could ride through the woods, you could do whatever you wanted, and people would just watch you do it and say, "Hey, you be careful, lad. You be careful what you're doing." "Yes, sir, I will." You try and do that in the UK now, you would be arrested. did you take for you to adjust to living? Uh, well, that's a good question. I'm late joining today, but I'm curious. How long did it take for you to adjust to live in Filipino? And what would you look out for now if you could use hindsight? Kevin, I tell you what I would look out for. The women. I would I would think what you're coming here for. I think this is a top tip. I think what you're coming here for. Are you coming here because you've met the woman on the internet who you've never seen before, and you've given up all of your things in your own country because you think this is the one? I give that some serious consideration. I definitely wouldn't move to the Philippines because of that. I think I'd move to the Philippines. The Philippines is a beautiful place, but it's not for everyone. That's true. Most can't disconnect from the life they had on their own. It's right. It's right. And as Kevin said, how long did it take for me to adjust living Filipino? Well, I'm still adjusting. If I'm honest, I'm still adjusting. Uh, but I've adjusted enough where I live here quite comfortably, meaning you know, I can put up with the dogs barking sometimes, with the chickens, with the roosters, with the videos or karaoke's. I can put up with that. The food I find quite difficult to eat all the time, but to adjust into Filipino life, uh, I think I've done quite well. I've got lots of Filipino friends, lots, because I'm in an angling club. I love fishing. So I joined the angling club here, which is all Filipinos. And I've got a lot of friends that I met, um, and they are all Filipino. Many of them are educated people and work in government, um, engineers, architect guy, police, coast guard. So most of these guys are well-to-do people, and used, we used to meet up. I don't do so much now because I'm in the province. But when I was living in Gallas, which is it's part of Diplock City, but it's a little bit outside. It's not the best place, by the way. Dallas wasn't a good place. Um, but now I'm 15 kilometers away. I don't spend as much time as I did with these guys, but I try and go there once a fortnight and see them. But since then, I bought a little fishing boat, as Michael knows, and I go fishing on my own in the ocean. So I do my own fishing Saturdays or Sundays when the weather permits. But right now, because we've had so many typhoons, it hasn't been safe, so I haven't been out. But Kevin, I think I've adjusted to Filipino quite well. Um, and what would I look out for? Yeah, look out for the very clever women. Look out for the very clever women who would want to bleed you dry. That's what I would look out for. Like Michael said here, don't fall for the shiny new young girl. It's like a cheap designer watch, looks good for the first month. I think Michael can answer that there, better than I can actually. Uh, but it is a beautiful place, Kevin. Uh, would I go back to my own country and live? No, I wouldn't. Honest to God, I wouldn't. I would never go back to the UK and live. Um, I think I've adapted to this place so much, and as strange as this may sound, I look at the Philippines as my home. I don't look at it as somewhere where I've retired to, where I want to spend out, you know, the remainder of my years. I look at this place as my home. So some people, they used to say to me, "Oh, you're still here in the Philippines?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Why haven't you been back to your own country?" And when I used to tell them the reason why, I didn't know, it's too expensive, it's very political, and it's dog shit. And I mean that, to what it was, to what it was. And they just can't understand because they think any country in the West is the land of milk and honey. Well, yes, it is if you want to put the hours in and you want to work yourself to death. It is. But who wants to work themselves to death? I certainly don't, which is why I took the early retirement from working in a tier, in a first tier school in the UK. And I left a good job with a good salary at 50. I was 50 years old. And the reason why I left at 50 years old, that I took early retirement, was because I always had a dream. And my dream was, and it didn't have to be the Philippines. My first place of living was going to be South America, and it was going to be Colombia. But I changed my mind. I went there. I went to Costa Rica in the Central Americas. I went down through the Panama Canal. I went into Colombia, and I was going to teach English there, and I didn't. And the reason I didn't uh, was because two reasons. One was the visas was really difficult. You could stay there for 1 year, then you have to get out, or you could buy a property and then you could get a residency. Because you can actually buy property in the Central Americas and the South Americas. Being a foreigner, you can own land, you can own the property. Uh, yeah, it's true. I was talking to women. If you are talking to women online, keep good notes. Ask us. Yeah, yeah. But I think even if you're talking to women online, you know, online is a strange thing, because you can be whoever you want to be, man or woman. And I don't mean you can choose the sex. I mean, you can make out to be whoever you are. And you can never really know somebody, even when you meet them, for a couple of months, you still don't know that true person. The only way you can know them is by being with them long enough to see the real person come out. This is the bad thing about online. When when you meet someone not online and you know their family, you know how they are, you know what this girl does, you know that person, you know what they do, you know their family. But when you meet someone online, you don't know who you're meeting. Yeah, you just don't know who you're meeting. There are so many, and I think this is the main horror story of the Philippines. Not just the Philippines, it can be anywhere. Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, anywhere like that. This is the problem. We just don't know who they are. Uh, oh yeah, finish reading the comment. Which one, Michael? If you are talking to women online, keep good notes. Ask some questions every few weeks and see if the story changes. Yes. I have a number of brothers, sisters, changed, mom, dad. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mom, dad, when they were alive. Sure. Yes, I know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. And sometimes they forget what you've told them because they probably talking to so many different others. They probably talking to not just you. They probably talking to, I don't know. It could be 5, 6, 10, 12. And many foreigners get sucked into that because they think they are the only one of this person. Oh, he's my wife, love. Oh, she'd give me water. I think she means I'm talking to him. Sit down and, yeah, Bill, sit down. My wife. I, you can't really see her actually. There she is. For the people who have never seen her before, there's my wife. Yeah. So yeah, many of these Filipinos, they are talking to many men online, and obviously these men are probably sending money. So many men are sending these women money. That's not the Filipinos you want. The Filipinos you want is when you come here. Is when you actually come to the Philippines. You've been here for 6 months, a year. Get the feel for the place, and I think that's the way to do it. I don't think it's meeting someone online. Or if you have met someone online and you've been here a few times, you've met them, then that's different. It's different. Uh, and Kevin said, I completely agree with you about the Philippines being similar to how the West was 40 years ago. Gamay lang, gamay lang. I know little. I can understand more than I can speak. I've got no choice because my wife yeah, she speaks English, but when she argues with me, she always shouts to me in, Bisaya, like 1,000 miles an hour, but I know what she's saying now. Uh, when I visited with my wife in 7 I was completely lost without everyday thinking. So yeah, yeah. Do you? Yeah. I met my wife online worked out for me. I screened it. Yeah, I did not talk to anyone before I screened many profiles I contacted on the dating site. Yeah. How many languages do I speak? Well, I speak English. I speak pequeño Spanish. I speak little Spanish. A little bit of Bisaya. A little bit. I don't speak Tagalog at all. No Tagalog whatsoever. You speak a bit of Tagalog, don't you? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Brick farming in Cebu. Just got back from shopping. Wow. Sad to sad ko gamay. Yeah, me gamay. Yeah, sad to gamay. I, Bisaya is really difficult because there's many dialects in one. Whereas Tagalog, hmm, sad ko gamay. Yeah. Whereas when my wife and I got there for good, when my wife and I get there for good, it would be great to meet. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. I'll be here. I'll still be here. I hope my house is finished by then. I hope so. It's like my house, being in the West. I speak English and USA, but I can't understand the Indians either. I can understand the Aussie from some Brits. Yes, and some Brits. Yeah, some of the Cockneys from London. I think they've got a great accent. All right, mate. All right, mate. Come on, be a mate. That's the Cockneys from London. Yeah. All right, mate. I'm double busy. Can't talk, mate. Yeah. I was going to say something. Mira, I've lost my track. I've lost my trail of thought. I've lost my trail of thought. I can't think what I was going to say. Can you guys here remind me what I was babbling on about? Because I totally forgot. What was I talking about? It's gone. It's gone. I think this is the thing with old age. When you get to a certain age, you forget easily. Mosquito bites. Gotta say, the last few days we've been out early in the mornings getting mushrooms. Get a picture of that one. Yeah. She said, bring your camera and take a picture. That's it. UK is 15 kilometers. Oh, 15 quid. Carry about. My goodness. Yeah. I really don't miss the UK. Seriously, I really don't. I don't miss the. I do miss certain things from time to time. Like I do miss the food, as bland as it is. Toad in the hall. I miss that shepherd's pie, cottage pie. I really miss it. Uh, the English roast, traditional dinners, uh, fish and chips. Oh, I miss fish and chips. Fish and chips and mushy peas, or fish and chips with gravy. It's the stupid things that I miss that I can't get here. Um, be happy to get home and say yes. So when you coming back to Cebu, we was in. I know we planning on going to Cebu because I have to. Maybe we go with the yeah, maybe. But I want to wait till Michael comes here. I want to wait. The best thing about Philippines is you can build a house and live in it as you go. That's what I'm going to talk about. In the West, you need to come. That's right. That's what I was going to talk about, Michael. Thank you for reminding me. I'll drink a bit of this water first. Whoa, talking a lot. I've been online for 1 hour and 8 minutes. I wish I could invite all of you into the screen so we can see each other and talk to each other into the screen rather than typing. Right. That's what I was going to say. The beauty about building a house here, Mike, you just said it, but is, we built this house over the last 2 years, 2.5 years. It's not finished. Look, I'll show you. Look, this is just a thing I got in here when I teach, just for the backdrop. But look, there's not, we haven't got no ceilings in here yet. There's no windows. We've got this, but there is no race. there is no race. It's not a competition to finish this house. We will finish it when it gets finished. We just do little bit by little bit.
Yeah, but it's not leaking.
It's not leaking. We can live in the house, and we aren't paying rent. We aren't paying rent. So yes. Oh, that mosquito! Look, it's going to get me, Mira. It's going to get me. So you hope to be here, but yeah, you got to. You know what it's like in the Philippines at Christmas. Do you know? I love Christmas in the Philippines. And do you know something? What was it? Yeah, about 3 days before Christmas, I really get in that Christmas spirit because everyone's happy. Christmas Eve, everyone's happy. When I first came here, and the first time I did come here wasn't the time I stayed. I come here for a month before, and it was Christmas time. And I really kind of missed the UK at Christmas because of the coldness. And I thought it's not like Christmas. It didn't feel like Christmas because you haven't got the cold weather and things. But that soon left me, you know. Uh, but, I mean, can you not make a couple of foods in it? Yes, you can cook the food, but it's hard to get the ingredients here. When I go fishing on my fishing boat and I do catch some big fish, I can make the fish. I can do it then. Uh, hope to be, yeah, you got to come back before Christmas. Uh, can you not make a couple of foods you miss? Sometimes, but getting beef here where we are is, oh man, it's not good. The beef here is truly, it, it doesn't matter how long you cook it, it's hard and it's got no taste. So to make uh, cottage pie or shepherd's pie is really difficult. To make a nice sliced beef roast dinner, I haven't had it since 6 years. I haven't had it for 6 years. Um, no race after the great hamster wheel. Yes, that's right. The great hamster wheel in the West, always turning and never going anywhere. Can't wait to jump off of it. Yeah, Kevin, yes, you've got to jump off of it and you've got to get yourself over here. And you know, when we started building this house, the only plan I had was in here. And I changed this so many times. You can't do that in the West. You've got to have those building plans, the blueprint.
Yeah.
You can't deviate away from that because that's the blueprint that you have in the West. You can't deviate from that. Here, I've changed this design of this house. Oh goodness, how many times? How many times?
Well, because the whole thing was safe. We always sleep.
The workers were saying to me, to my wife, why does your husband keep changing his mind? I thought, no, I want to stay. I just kept changing my mind. And the beauty is you can. Michael, my next door neighbour, has got a pressure cooker for the beef. It's still no good.
Yeah.
It's still no good. He bought a pressure cooker for the beef. And there is a beef called, is it round beef? Not ground beef, but there's a beef here called round beef. It's about 600 or 700 pesos a kilo. And that's meant to be quite good. But I'm quite tight. Oh yes, look. When I get back, I will contact you to send samples of what we make. Yes, yes, please do. Yes, please do. Yeah, samples of the things we make. Well, I must be fair, and I'm quite liking this oyster sauce when we have chicken legs or chicken wings in oyster sauce with potatoes and carrots and a bit of onion. It's quite nice, but I can't eat it all the time because it's quite sweet. Oyster sauce has got quite a sweet taste, so I don't like to have it all the time. Uh, what curry? I make a good curry. Do you like my curry?
Yeah.
You might just be saying that because he's probably, it's no good. But yeah, and see, my wife, because and my wife doesn't come from this province. She comes from Lilon, which is even further into the mountains than here. And she used to ride a carabao. She used to collect all the firewood, carabao, plow the farmlands. What do you used to do in the carabao?
Mhm.
When you used to drive the carabao, ride the carabao.
When I got that,
Yeah. And so a proper farming girl. And some of the things that she makes, like the commodity tops, and she's got this plant out here that she gets the leaf. It's not for me. It's not for me. I do commodity tops. I've had that a few times. It's okay. It's okay. But I see it sometimes out there. She's picking this and picking that, and then all of a sudden, like I'm with my son out there, and we got some chicken nuggets or something, and then she'll be making all these vegetables. And yes, it's good for you. It purely is good for you. But I suppose I'm just like, oh, dry cured bacon smoked and green smoked pork, minced beef, onion. Oh man, wow. Yeah. When you do get back, I mean, if you can send some samples of that, wow. You don't even know what that is, love, do you? Dry cured bacon smoked and green smoked pork, minced beef, onion pie, sausage rolls with dried pork. Wow. Yes. So is that your business doing that in Cebu? Is that a business? You've got the ranch dressing. Yes, I got that. Yes, Michael, that's true. We use that quite a lot. The ranch dressing, the dressing that Michael sent.
yeah,
It's beautiful. I sent use that as dip. Yes, we do. And we make a salad with it. Mira made a salad.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious, honestly. Yeah, boy, yeah. A bit fine making you hungry. Yes. Yes. Since I've been here, this is the God's honest truth, and I was shocked. I was so shocked. When I first came to the Philippines, I was I can't remember now. It's been so long. I was 74 kilos, which is not big because I'm not a big guy. But I was 74 kilos, which was right for my height. In fact, I was a little bit overweight. Now, when I went for my driving license, they weigh you and all that. I'd lost 3 kilo. And then when I went for the renewal, it gone out 5 kilo. Because I can't get on with the food all the time. Obviously, we can substitute. But yes, it's true. I found you need a good cook back home so you can substitute. But yeah, it's true. I mean, Mira's a good cook, but it's like a traditional mountain food, isn't it? Is it the food that you cook, and fried fish? Oh, many foreigners don't like the smell of dried fish in the house. Yeah, yeah. Well, Cebu is not far. Cebu is only 9 hours on a ship from here, and I quite like that sailing. It's quite nice, isn't it? The sailing we can go from Galas with the medallion ship, which don't like that ship, but there's a one from Dapitan called the Starlight. Brilliant ship. Nice, isn't it? Yeah, good. So yeah, good evening, Mr. Yes, thank you, SJ. Oh, he's having a beer. I wish I had a beer. I got water. I did have a coffee. I've still got cold coffee. I've got cold coffee and warm water. Work that out. Mm, yeah. Good evening, all. Good evening. So yeah, um, the food Mira cooks, I do like it from time to time, but I can't eat it all the time. Dried fish, many foreigners, expats don't let their wives cook it in the house. But Michael, I don't like that. No, I don't either. No, I certainly don't. Oh, one more deal with more better. Yes, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, he said he didn't like smelling dried fish in the bedroom department. No, I don't like smelling full stop. But I think even bedroom department, I think I would transfer to the other bedroom. Coffee. But Mira cooks dried fish in the house. You know, I have to adapt to these things. It's Mira's house as well as mine. Well, it's her house really, because I'm a foreigner, I can't own it. But so I mean, she wants to cook dried fish in the house. It's okay. It makes my eyes water, but I still put up with it. Yes, you like the dried fish with femtop. Oh my goodness, dried fish is good with femtops. Yeah, femtops. I just don't like dried. The only kind of dried fish that I like, and it's not really dry, is kippers, smoked kippers, and that's got a pungent smell. But I like kippers in the UK, and I think kippers was haddock, wasn't it? Was it haddock? Or was it herring? No, I think it was herring. I think it's smoked herring.
Maybe it's not so new something in your hand.
Kippers is beautiful. Scottish kipper, I think that's haddock.
The dry fish you use it also.
Yeah, I like that. Stock market gonna get money in 10. Okay, my friend. If there's any interest to anyone around that actually may tune into my PC, manage your stream on my free person chat. Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you. Listen, go get to that stock market. Go and win some. Well, don't win. Go and place some money and win. Yeah, my friend did that. He did Bitcoin 14 years ago, and now he's worth a lot of money.
That's your thing.
Yeah, he said to me to do it, but I didn't understand it. Yeah. Tune into my PC, manage your stream. Thank you, my dear friend. Listen, take good care, SJ. Stock market. Do well. Do well. I let my wife cook dried fish in the house. It smells bad for dinner. Yeah, I'm the same, Michael. I'm the same. She cooks it in the house. Bitcoin would stock market for you if you invested in Yeah. I haven't got the nerve, or I haven't got the financial capacity to be able to lose the money. It will make you lose your it will make me lose my underwear for sure, definitely. Yeah. I love Filipino, you've got to admit that food is far from moving. Yeah. Next package I will send cream tuna in a jar. Oh, I don't know about that, Michael. Cream tuna in a jar. That sounds like something that you get from I don't know, cream tuna in a jar. I've never heard of that. Is that a sexual thing there, Michael, or is that a real thing? Creamed curry in a jar. I love the Philippines. We've got to Dinesh, yeah. I think that's the part that I suffer with is the the food. If I'm honest. You know, but I manage, we yeah. On the flip side, I can tell you stock market has allowed a lot of expat income. Yeah, if that's accurate. So yeah. You know, my friend who he moved to America is a British guy. He married an American girl. Was in America. He lived in Florida, and he was the manager of a holiday resort. He said to me 14 years ago, Stephen, invest in Bitcoin. And because I just couldn't understand it, this cryptocurrency, this currency that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel. I didn't. Anyway, he did. He invested half of his salary for 14 years, and now he's sat pretty. He doesn't work. He just lives off the interest what he's made, and he's still investing in Bitcoin. Pickled fish. Pickled fish. There's many pickled fish in some of the bars here. Not that I go there. I haven't been there for years, but yeah. Expat from there. That's yeah. Oh, well done, SJ. Really. You know what? You've got to be brave to be able to do it. Neil, do you want to sit here for a minute while got so I'm just going to go for a wee. So my wife's going to sit there, yeah? So I'll ask you some questions. She can read English and she can talk really well. I will leave with my wife for 2 seconds. Come on, baby, sit down. I was on that.
Instead.
Sit down there, look. 2 cents.
That's it. What?
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 Ah,
This is okay. Kumusta
ah,
mo? Tayong gabi.
Maayong gabi.
I
Yeah,
think it's
maayong gabi, lady. Yeah.
next.
Kamusta? How are you? Huh? Yeah.
Well,
Well, the chip, well, if we have which one? Yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder who you are. Yeah. Now that Stephen has left, honestly, do you have a hard time keeping him? In like, yeah. No, look, look. Hey, you have a talk, look. You just said, look, now that Stephen has left, I've left the room. I've come back. I was really quick because I thought she might be talking you to death because she just speaking us, isn't she? He said, Michael, yeah, yeah. Now Stephen's left, honestly, do you have a hard time keeping him in line? Do you have a hard time? When I have a drink, she hates it, which I don't have a drink very often. But when I go and see my friends in Dipolo, and I've had a drink, and I come back, and I just, I'm happy. But she, where have you been? What time do you call this? Oh, I think, oh, here we go. And it spoils my night because I've had a good time with some friends and that. I do it once every 2 or 3 months with some angling friends. Oh, I get the third degree for days, for days.
but only in the photo.
Yeah, I'm
But
Diplodocus in the park of Misamis. No, no. Misamis Occidental, it Dipolog is Zamboanga del Norte. So this is the province here. I opened up my first, in fact, my only bank account in Calamba, which is in Misamis Occidental. Uh, I used to go there a little bit a long time ago because there was like a language school there actually, and I used to do a little bit in the language school. Not now, no good. The money wasn't any good. But it's Amish Occidental. Minus with man and me, they don't get humorous comments or sarcastic remarks. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she gets mad at me when I have a drink. Even out here with the local Filipino boys in this province, I would have a couple of drinks. I'm enjoying myself, So I'm there, and she'll come out all the time. Come on, oh, so what do I do? I'm like a little sheep. Okay, come on, then you go home. That because I don't want that hard time. I don't want that silent treatment for 3 days. But Misamis Occidental. I love Misamis. Yeah, been in many places there. Osamis, yeah. Well, I normally go to Osamis to do my yearly. It's not a visa. You use your yearly report. You've got if you're like a resident, you have to do a yearly report. Baliangao, brilliant beach, brilliant beach. I've got a story of Baliangao. Baliango. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Yes, Clarin. Yes, you get the passports in Clarin. That's right. You get the passports there. Well, for the Filipinos. Um, where I keep my boat in a place called Sawan. And it's about 45 to 1 hour's drive on my bike from here. And where it is on the beach here, across here is Misamis Occidental. And I, being being the brave fisherman that I am, I thought I'm going to go to Misamis on my boat. And I did. And I went to Baliangao. I went past Baliangao Beach. I went past it. It's got the Baliangao Beach, and when you look outside L'Hotel, there's some rocks further out. Well, I nearly hit them rocks with a rudder and the propeller because rocks, turn around. Boracay and cheaply few. Yes. Do you know what? I've never been to Boracay. I've never. I will be honest with you guys. Yeah, it was extreme on my little banker board, and I'll show you my banker board. My banker board. Where's my banker board, folks? I'll show you my. This is the board in which I went to Ballyamau, and it took me about an hour and 15 minutes. This is my little board. It's got a little Honda engine in it, Honda 7.5 horsepower engine. So that's my fishing boat that I go out fishing very regular. You see? I customized it for angling or jigging. But I went there. I did go there. And when I was putting back, it got a bit rough. And my little bum was doing this. Shouldn't have gone. But I did do it. I did do it with my little ball. I did. And I caught many fish actually that day. I caught lagao,
Yeah.
many lagao. These red fish. They like little small colours. Right? I didn't take my pictures, you know. But that's my next thing. I want to do some angling videos to put on my channel, you know, when I go fishing. But I need someone to go with me to do the filming. My wife doesn't trust my seamanship. I don't blame her actually. I frighten myself when I go out. The hole is nice also. Along the beach, it's filled with now. Like, do you know? Since I've been in the Philippines, I've only been to Cebu. You got the clue, yes. But there is many sea urchins in Baliangao. What they call tuyong, and I got stung in the toe here in Sibutad, in Sawan, bringing my boat back to low tide, so I had to get out the boat and walk through, and one got me in the toe. Oh God, if you get hit, if you get stung with a tuyong, or as we call it, a sea urchin, my God, it hurts. It's like a snapper, yeah. Yeah. A good thing about Baliang, you've got the clean water on the beach. Yeah, you can look as if there's nasty creatures you might set fire. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Snake looking creatures. Yes, they are. They are horrible things. They got me in the toe. And I have a little operation on the beach by the local people. They got fishing hooks and they sliced my toe with the fishing hook and got this sting out. God almighty, never again.